Hello friends, I'm Joey, and today is going to be a little bit different kind of video. We're not going to make anything, we're not going to craft anything, but I just wanted to share with you what's going on with Stampin' Up right now, which if you're not familiar, it's a paper crafting company. We sell stamps, inks, dyes, die cutting machines, all that. But what's going on right now is the best deal ever. It's if you spend $35, you get to pick $125 in free product. Or if you spend $99, you get to pick $189 in free product. But it's such a great deal. I don't want anyone to really miss out on it if they're all interested. So I thought I would do this video and just share with you a little bit about my story and let you ask questions on the chat. And if you watch the replay and you put a question in the comments, I'll come back and answer that as well too. About a little over 20 years ago, I was teaching full-time choir at a very large high school here in Lincoln, Nebraska. And that's pretty much all I did. It took a lot of energy, and I was teaching 4 select choirs and also helping with the choir at church, so I was very, very busy. A friend of mine said she wanted to have a stamping party. I thought maybe that was something about the stamps that you put on letters. I had no clue. But she was my closest friend, and she wanted to do this, so I said sure, so I came. And here it was about making things with ink and stamps, and mostly that's what we had then, ink, stamps, and paper. We didn't have personal die cutting machines or any of that. Anyway, I still didn't think I wanted to do this. It felt really overwhelming, and there was so much to choose from, and I just thought, I just don't think this is for me. I really don't have time for a hobby. But she really wanted to do this. She was a stay-at-home mom, and she really wanted to, she was excited about this, so I said, okay. I bought some stamps, a few, 2 or 3 sets. She bought 2 or 3 sets. We each bought different colors of colored cardstock, 2 or 3 of each, and same with the ink pads, 2 or 3 of each to match our cardstock. And our first order came, and I went to her house, and we started making cards and stamping together. And I went to her house probably once a week when we first started, and we would make our cards for that month. And then I even had a file folder, that had the months of the year, and I would put in the birthdays or anniversaries or any occasions that were going to be for that month. So that's how I started. Then a couple of friends of mine from school started stamping with me, and eventually I got the bug. I got super excited about it. I really loved doing it. And I was having them over, and I was teaching them things I was learning, either on the internet, because there was internet, but it just wasn't nearly used as much as it is now. So, but we would get a monthly magazine from Stampin' Up, and I would just look around a lot for ideas, and then I would have my friends come over and I would show them how to do it. Well, at the time we were buying products from another demonstrator, and one of my friends said to me, why don't you become a demonstrator? Because we'll buy our products from you. You're the one teaching us. So I said, okay, sounded like a good idea. There were 2 or 3 of them that were very avid stampers, as I was, at least 3 probably. So they started coming over once a month, every month, and we stamped together, made several cards, and that's how it grew. I still didn't do it for business for over 10 years. And then I had some medical things that were happening that traditional medicine wasn't really helping me with very much. So I was trying to some alternative medicine treatments, and they, of course, were expensive because they're not covered by insurance. So I thought, well, I will maybe ask a few more people to come over and stamp once a month. I didn't really need to make a lot of money, but I thought a little bit would help with those expenses. So I started inviting people. My classes grew. I started offering more classes, and I earned enough to help pay for those medical expenses and more. So I just thought I would share that with you because I'm going to pull up my comments just in case you're asking questions. Hi, Janet. Welcome. I'm so happy you're here. Anyway, so that's my story. And then as my income grew and my classes grew, we actually built a house. At that time, we lived in a house that I didn't have really room for a stamp studio as such. I was using one of our extra bedrooms in our basement for my supplies, and I had a big table there. But for classes, we were hauling up all of my supplies. So, my stamps, ink, papers, all my, everything that I needed for my classes. I have my dining room kitchen full of people. My dining room and my kitchen full of people. We had two big tables. And then at the end of the night, we would take everything back downstairs and bring it back up. So my husband said, I think we should find another home or maybe build one. Anyway, we did. So now I have a stamp studio. You can see behind me, this is the basement of this house too. And I have several big tables. You can kind of see the one over here. There's another one on the other side of the island. And people started coming. It was all good. And that was 2019, the fall of 2019. And so what happened in 2020. So everything fell, no one was coming in person. No one was meeting in person. All of us were pretty much homebound. So I started going live on the internet. And just on my Facebook page, I would just make one project. I did it every week. I still am live every week normally, unless something odd is happening that week. But and people started watching and following, and some started ordering. So then I developed a hybrid business. And I've had that ever since. Actually, at this point, probably more of my customers are online and not as many come in person, but I still offer in-person classes. So that's my story. But I really want to share with you how, in a non-threatening way, definitely a non-salesy way, why I think it's a really good idea for you to join Stampin' Up! And say yes to the starter kit deal and join my Stampin' Sweethearts team. So I just want to go over those things with you. You're welcome to ask questions either during the live chat or comment later, and I'll come back and answer them. But let me flip you down my desktop. Right now, you can join Stampin' Up! For just $35 and you get $125 in product. I think I said that at the beginning. Or you can spend $99 and get $189 in product. This is the best, honestly, the best starter kit deal I've ever seen with Stampin' Up! When I joined, I spent $300 to join. I had to send in my kit order. We wrote them out and sent in a check. And we didn't get to choose everything. This you get to choose. So what is in a starter kit? Anything that you pick. So you don't have to buy anything in particular. There's no preset products that come in it. So you get to pick it. So those are those two. You also get a free paper pumpkin kit when you order it. They don't advertise that very much, but they do send you a free paper pumpkin kit as well when you get your starter kit. It's actually, at this price, it is 72% off of retail to join. Normally it costs you $99 and you get $125 in product. Now you pay only $35 plus tax, no shipping. There's no shipping on that. Option 2, where you spend $99 and you get $189 worth of product. If you don't have a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, it's a perfect time to get one. In fact, I've had a couple people join recently that joined just to get the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So, because it's $140, so you can't get it with this deal because you can't go over that $125. But if you get this one, you spend $99 and you can get $189. You can get the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and you also get another $49 to spend on other things you want to put in your starter kit. And again, what to put in your kit, anything from the current catalog. You can even put in items from the November pre-order. So right now, demonstrators can pre-order from items that are coming out next month, so we can get them first. And you can also add those to your starter kit. It'll let you go online and shop for those when you're looking at your at ordering, when you put in your, when you're starting to buy the kit and signing up. So, are you new to crafting? I mean, there's that too. You know, I've started off with, maybe you haven't heard of Stampin' Up. Maybe you've just started paper crafting. If that's true, you would just want to start with the basics. So, a paper trimmer, a few ink pads, a couple of stamp sets, and some cardstock. That is exactly what I started with 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. Um, and, you know, from there, I could make many, many things. I didn't buy anything else for actually probably at least the first year, or at least the first 6 or 8 months. And we just made cards and made cards and made cards and had fun getting together, stamping and being creative. And it was really no stress, and it was a lot of fun. If you're a seasoned crafter, maybe you want to fill in the gaps in your ink or cardstock collection. Maybe you don't yet have all the colors of ink that we have in all our color families. Or maybe you need cardstock. You don't have all the matching cardstock. So if any of those are true, this is still a great deal, whether you're just beginning or whether you are a seasoned crafter and you want to build up your collection. You know, just buying something you really want, like a bundle that you felt like, well, I shouldn't really spend the money on it because of the cost. Well, you can add that in your starter kit collection and get almost twice the amount of money you're spending here with this deal. And definitely you're getting twice the amount of money with this deal. More than twice. So, you know, and don't make it a boring box. If there are things that excite you, just add those to your kit, because you'll be able to go back in right after you join and buy anything you want for 20% off. Most of my customers or my team, I should say my team, are hobby demonstrators. So they don't do classes. They certainly don't do all the things that I do. But they buy for the discount because they're happy to be a discount shopper for as long as they want to. And whenever you want to quit, if you want to quit, you just can. You just don't put in an order that's going to make you qualify for the next quarter, and you are Stampin' Up doesn't say anything to you. I don't say anything to you. So it's really easy. There really is no downside. If you need help deciding what to put in your starter kit, I'd love to help be a personal kit shopper for you. I would love to do that for you. So I can help you get the most fun and the most value out of your dollars, your hard-earned dollars that you're going to spend. Now, I mentioned this, that once you join, you get a 20% discount, a minimum 20% discount on anything that you would like to order. And that's indefinitely. So, and you don't even have to put in an order. If you buy the starter kit and you put everything that you want in that initial order, you can be done and not order again. But if you do order again, you'll get this wonderful discount, and it continues. So you'll get your discount through March of 2026. And why March? Because right now when you join, you're going to get the rest of this quarter, which is October through December, plus your first full quarter, which is January through March, to meet the $300 minimum, and an extra grace month in April on top of that. So you actually have to the end of April to put in another $300 order. Now that is the minimum to stay active. But again, you don't have to do that until actually by the end of April. If you want to stay active and continue to get your order. So, and if you don't meet the minimum, I have it on here, no worries. You'll just simply going back to be a customer. It's easy peasy. And your rewards that you've earned on your purchases, they will stay with you. They'll be transferred to your customer account. We get rewards as demonstrators. So whether you're a customer or a demonstrator, you still get rewards on every $20 order. And you'll get those back if you decide you don't want to continue with ordering to meet the minimum. you'll be good to go. No issues. You get it back. There are some common questions I get about joining. Let me put you back here to my face and let me talk to you about this instead of having you look down at a sheet. Can I join for just the discount? I get this one. Absolutely. You can join just to get the discount. Actually, most people do. So that's not unusual. Stampin' Up! Loves hobby demonstrators. I love them on my team. There just isn't any requirement to sell anything or hold classes or do anything like that. Do I have to be experienced at stamping? No. Everybody's welcome, whether you haven't paper crafted at all. I did get a comment on my Facebook, my Create with Joey Stampers group, and this lovely lady said, I asked a question about how long or what are your favorite products with Stampin' Up? And she said, well, I have been stamping and card making, but I haven't been using Stampin' Up yet. So, you don't, as I said, you don't have to be experienced at stamping. Some people have done a lot of paper crafting, but they haven't done stamping. It's super easy, really easy. And I can always do a personal Zoom with you as well if you just want some one-on-one tips about stamping and how to do it and how to get good images. And it's not hard at all. It's super easy. Now, can I join if I was a demonstrator before? Yes, you absolutely can. You can join again. If you were a demonstrator less than 90 days ago and you want to rejoin with your same upline, you can do that. I've had some of my people do that. Or if life got busy, you had challenges going on, you couldn't keep up with Stampin' Up, and you want to join again now, you can. There's no restrictions. I had one of my really good friends just last week came to an in-person class I was holding, and she said, I'd like to sign up again. I said, that's great. So she joined us, our team, last week, and there's no issues with it. Okay. Whatever the reason, I just want to read my notes so I don't miss anything. You can always start fresh, and I'd love to help you with whatever your goals are. If you want to build a business, I can also help you with that. I've earned six trips with Stampin' Up, so I do know how to build a stamping business, and I've done it, so I can help you with that too. But if you just want to be a hobby demonstrator and buy for the discount, we'd love to have you no matter what your goals are, and I'm happy to help you with either of those goals. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going to put you back down to my desktop. Do my Stampin' rewards carry over? I think I already mentioned that. Yes, they do. Any rewards that you've already earned will transfer to your new demonstrator account when you join. And any new rewards you earn while you're active will stay with you, even if you decide to go back to being a customer. So nothing is lost. You just keep earning, shopping, and creating and enjoying those perks along the way. So what are more of those perks? So here's where it gets even better. Once you join, you'll start enjoying all kinds of perks that we get to have that maybe a lot of people don't even know about. We've already covered you get the 20% discount. You enjoy early access to brand new releases before anyone else does. You get a free seasonal catalog. It's filled with ideas, inspiration, and friendships. Most of you are probably familiar with our catalogs, but if you aren't, that's what you get when you join. You get access to demo-only communities filled with lots of ideas, inspiration, and friendships. We have a group called Demonstrator Planning Place on Facebook, and there are literally thousands of demonstrators on that site, and all the sharing that they do and the samples they show, it's just amazing. So you can get ideas for anything that you want to make or get inspired to make something that you hadn't even thought of through that Facebook group. It's really awesome. I look at it quite often, and it's just really a great source of inspiration. There are opportunities for rewards and recognition. So, because who really actually doesn't love a little bit of celebration? So whether you're in it for just a discount or you really do want to build a side business, being part of Stampin' Up! Really is a special thing to do. And to be honest, um, the relationships are probably my favorite thing. I have it. My team is called the Stampin Sweethearts team. These are some photos of some of my team when we've been meeting together. We meet together once a month, both on Zoom and in person. Um, we, we're a small but a mighty community. I have 24 lovely, friendly, and creative paper crafters. Four just joined this month actually, and most of us are happy hobby demonstrators who just enjoy creating and shopping at a discount. But a few of us do have our own small businesses, and everybody is welcome. My goal, honestly, let me flip you up here again. My goal, honestly, was never to build a big team. As I said, I started to earn a little bit of extra money for some medical bills, but I didn't really care about building a big team. I like having my team fairly small because I can give you individual attention and I can give you individual help if you need it or want it. So that is just a little bit about me and my philosophy on building a team. We also have a lot of other ways to connect. So we have an optional monthly card swap. And we have, as I said, our team meetings. I already explained about that. And at our team meetings, we have demonstrations by some of our team. We share inspiration. We go over updates in Stampin' Up. And we have a private Facebook group that the girls share on. And I also have a Stamper of the Month in my Facebook group where I provide the stamp set. In return, they post samples they've made with that stamp set. And if you join, you would be eligible to be part of the Stamper of the Month group too. Okay, this is what I want to say finally in closing. This is a quote that a friend of mine said. We join for the discount, but we stay for the friendships. These are some photos of my friends and me at Stampin' Up! Events. They are so much fun, and you don't have to go. I mean, they're always optional, but they're just so much fun because sharing stamping with friends is really the best way I feel like to enjoy our hobby. It's fun to stamp alone at home as well, but it's even more fun to stamp with other people. So let me come back up here. So if you join Stampin' Up, you're not only getting a discount and some very high quality products for a great buy with the starter kit deal, but you're also gaining a community of crafters and friendly people. If you join my team, as I said, we're the Stampin' Sweethearts. We're very friendly, very low key. We share a lot. We really enjoy each other. We're friends. And I have that same relationship with many people that are they're in Stampin' Up, other demonstrators. I have friends actually across the world that are Stampin' Up demonstrators that I've met at conferences or I've met them online. And I have actually some really good friends that live in the U.S., but I only see them at Stampin' Up events, and I have really treasured those friendships too. So for me, stamping is about therapy. I sit down to stamp because I don't have to think about anything else. I can be creative with it. And I also stamp to connect with people and make friends and share something that's really fun together, that's lighthearted and easy, and anybody can do it. There are all levels of crafters in the Stampin' Up! World, and everyone is welcome. So I'm going to check the comments just to see if there are any questions. I know there's, oh, hi, Kathy. Hi, I'm so happy you're here, and Janet's still here. And Donna's back saying hello from Ontario, Canada. So thanks, everyone, for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. So sweet of you for those that are watching. Always love the thumbs up and the hearts. So I'm just speaking to you sincerely today about the Stampin' Up! Opportunity. I hope that you'll seriously consider it, because if you're any kind of paper crafter or want to be a paper crafter, there might not be another starter kit special like this one. We never know what the starter kit special is going to be, but I've never seen one quite quite this good, and we'd love to welcome you to our Stampin' Up! Family. All right, my friends, let me know if you have any questions. You can always message me as well, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But don't wait. If you're interested in this, this ends October 31st. So this particular deal. And I do think that probably the last 2 days online, which will be tomorrow and the next day, because we're already on the 29th, right, will be probably pretty overcrowded on the Stampin' Up! Website with people trying to sign up. So don't wait. If you're on the fence, jump in. I promise you there's no downside. There is no downside. Just trust me. And even if you don't know me, you can trust me on this. It's the truth. All right. Thanks so much for being here. Excuse me. Let me know if you have any questions. Take care. Have a good day. I'm going to sign off. Bye-bye.